being an influencer content creator is one of the hardest things to do because you're constantly taking 5 to 10 minutes of every activity that you do in a day. Every activity, and you're making content about it. And so that, number one, becomes psychologically exhausting, but more than anything, it takes up time. It makes it an inconvenience for everybody around you to post the food that you're about to eat, to take a video of the things that you're about to go do or talk about it, or speak to the camera. And I think that's the hardest part. You have to have a whole crew or a whole group of people that are with you on a day-to-day basis that are really bought into that vision and that lifestyle. And it becomes very isolating because most people don't live like a content creator. Most people are not taking content of every single thing that they do, and so they're able to just cruise through life at actually a very relatively efficient pace. When you're a content creator, everything that you do has to be recorded and walked if you're like a true influencer. I don't even consider myself that. I have a crew and people behind me that record that stuff, but I take time out of my day, 10 minutes, 20 minutes every hour, maybe every couple hours, to talk about what I'm doing and to update the camera and to update you guys on what I do on a day-to-day basis. This is gonna take an hour or two out of my day, realistically, to edit, to draft, to talk, to do the content. And that means that I have to get up 2 hours early. I have to forego certain pleasures if I want to stay as efficient and relevant. And I gotta really be selective about the people that I hang around with for the aesthetic of the content. And more so anything, be selective about the things that I do in order to make my life make sense for the image I'm representing, but to actually be what it's about. When I show you guys my life, when I show you guys my vlog, that's legitimately what I do in a day and an evening. And there's really not anything else that's gonna be tied around that. So it has to be like what you're saying is actually what you're living, and what you're living is actually what you're saying and what you're embodying and what you're actually displaying to the world. And that can be difficult for people, to be constantly accountable to everything that's going on, to be constantly verified, to be constantly checked, to be constantly recorded. Being constantly recorded is not easy. So when people tell me I want to be a content creator, yeah, by far, best job in the world, because you can make a ton of money. You can make a ton of money from the internet money. You can make money just living your life, but that life that you live has to be a disciplined life, and it has to be put on show. And for some people like me, I love it because I don't really have a temptation or urge to do any bad things. But for some people that are not necessarily living the words that they're preaching online, it's gonna be hard, and it's not gonna be realistic, and it's gonna fundamentally exhaust them.